If you've never been to Umrah before, there are some things you need to bear in mind. So from the beginning, we had a transit from London to Istanbul and then from Istanbul to Jeddah. Now, in Istanbul, we had a 4 hour and 20 minute transit, and we were thinking that's going to be a very long time. We're going to be chilled, we take our time, look around, shop, do whatever, and then towards the end, gonna go do some salah, gonna get changed into our ihram, and get ready to onboard the plane. Now, things didn't quite go like that. The time flew by so quickly. Literally just getting from one place to another, getting changed. We did manage to get on the plane on time, but we were actually one of the last people to board our plane. So I would say definitely go for a longer transit time if you have the option, if that's what you're trying to do. If you're doing more direct flight, obviously your situation is different, but don't take that 4 hours and 20 minutes in our case for granted, because it's less than you think it is. So from there, when we got to Jeddah, the taxis straight from the airport were cheaper than we expected. If we went ahead and booked online for a taxi to come collect us, pick us up, whatever, have everything scheduled, it would be more expensive than if we literally just went to the airport and negotiated with someone there. I'd say a decent amount to pay is 200 riyal, which is about 40 British pounds. But like the cheapest we got pre-booking was around 60 pounds. An easy way to get this even cheaper is by just talking to people at the airport at the same time as you and finding someone else that's also going straight to a hotel in Mecca, because most of the hotels are in the same area anyway. You could easily share a ride and split the bill as a result. Number 3, hotels. Now, a 3-star hotel here, which is the one we're staying in, it's beautiful. It is definitely high end. It is one of the higher end hotels I've been to. I think there's absolutely no need to book a more expensive hotel that has more stars. The only benefit you might have is booking a closer hotel to the haram itself. Ours is about a 20-minute walk, and we literally walked there every single day that we've stayed here. We didn't book a taxi, we didn't take a taxi from outside to go to the haram. It's quite a quick walk, to be fair, and that money could be used elsewhere. When I was booking my hotel, I thought, let me go for a place that has a gym so I can keep healthy, working out. I thought, let me get a place that serves breakfast. We didn't really make use of these things. We sometimes had breakfast, but we'd force ourselves to stay awake literally 2 extra hours just so we can have that portion of food. It's not really worthwhile. You're probably better off getting a hotel closer to the haram, and then whenever you wake up, walk out, go to the restaurants, the food places, and get food from there. I know it seems like a luxury to just go downstairs and breakfast is there waiting for you, but you're not going to use it as much as you think, because your sleeping schedule is going to change. You're going to probably be out till very late. By the time you get back to your hotel, shower, relax a little bit, get ready for bed, you're looking at 3 a.m. realistically. To wake up 4 hours afterwards to eat is not worth it. It's really not. It's more of a mission to do that than to just wake up naturally, or wake up, let's say, for dhuhr prayer and then go and get your food. So don't be persistent on getting a place that serves breakfast, or a place that has, I don't know, a TV or a gym or any of these extras. Point number 4, before you make your trip, set aside some money that you will give as sadaqah, because there are a lot of people that seem to be in poverty, and I see that because I'm not sure if they're all in poverty. It's similar to London, where there are some instances where the people aren't actually broke. You get reward based on your intention either way. I do definitely think it's worthwhile to set aside a good portion of money that you will tell yourself, this is purely for sadaqah, this is something you're purely going to give out. How much that is, it depends on yourself, what you're used to giving. You're approached on the streets when you walk, you're approached when you're sitting down at a restaurant and eating. You kind of have an endless amount of people approaching you really for sadaqah. And I think my advice is, the people that are willing to take food from you, those people are more likely to be genuinely in poverty and in need of your money. So it could be very worthwhile to, when you're ordering your own food from a restaurant, order something extra. When you're done, go out, find someone that needs it, give it to them, and give them a little portion of money with it. Yeah, there's a lot of children that sit on the streets. There's a lot of children that approach you wanting to sell you a packet of tissues, or whatever it could be. And based on what I found out, from what I've read, Saudi does take care of them. It does take care of its people, especially the people that are earning below a certain amount. People get a monthly income. People aren't just left on the streets. People aren't homeless, from what I've read. But I haven't confirmed that. I haven't spoken to the people that live here. You might want to do that. I think the best way to go about it is to set aside an amount beforehand, so that you don't start thinking, I've given too much today, I've given too little. One thing worth noting is that there are charitable organizations in the shopping malls of Mecca, and you can go there to make a donation, where you can rest assured it will be spread out to the people who need it within the community. But to be honest, I wouldn't suggest doing that, because with the amount of people that will approach you and ask for money, you will feel very guilty if you don't give them anything and simply walk past them or tell them no, especially when they continue to plead for that money. Number 5. Now, I struggled to withdraw money using my bank card when I first came here. And I soon found out the reason for that is, they do accept our British bank cards here. It's just that not every ATM accepts it. So the first time I tried to do it, it simply would not pull my card into the machine. And it was the same the next time I tried that, a different bank machine as well. And I soon found out that if you actually go to the bigger banks, closer to the haram, the ones that are more prolific, the ones that are just bigger kind of brand names, those ones will take your card without any issues. And yeah, you can withdraw money with ease. I would advise using Revolut, purely because it's something I used, and their exchange rates are really good in comparison. Everything that you need is very close to the haram. It's literally across the road, whether it's food, money, gifts you want to buy, whatever it is, it's all there. Number 6, probably bring with you some lozenges or something for your throat. Not because you're going to get ill here, la samahallah, I hope not, but when you do Umrah, you speak so much that your throat hurts afterwards. My throat is in a lot of pain right now. I could certainly use some lozenges or something of the sort. You could probably buy it here, to be fair. But alongside that, it's quite hot. It's not as hot as you think it is. This is probably moving on to point 7. It's not as hot as you think it is. It is 40 degrees, but it doesn't feel like 40 degrees. You can definitely manage the heat. You don't need this special equipment. I mean, we bought these fans that blow out this mist because we thought it was going to be so hot. How are we going to do it? It is bearable. It's fine. I literally never used my fan once. And then at some point, a miskeen little girl came to us and literally said, I want this, until she took the fan from us as sadaqah. Going on to point number 8, there is cold drinks everywhere, and to be honest, that's probably where we spent the most of our money, because it is hot and you're doing this physical exercise in a place that is crowded with people. When you drink that cold drink, it relieves you differently. It is so nice, it's so refreshing. They do these like fresh fruit drinks, and we had a lot of them. I think we tried most of the flavors they were selling. I would definitely recommend the watermelon. And it's extremely refreshing. It's sweet, it's nice, you can taste it, it's natural. And alongside that, I'd say the strawberry drinks are amazing. I tried the melon. I don't recommend the melon. It's not that good. I don't recommend the banana either. They sell a green drink, which is avocado. The red one is strawberry, or sometimes it's like a cocktail. Amazing, amazing. Go for it. Try it. We had pomegranate. The pomegranate here isn't like very flavorful. It's not sweet. It's definitely not sour. But I wouldn't go for it again. Now, if you go to a restaurant because you're hungry, order less food. Me, my wife would go. I remember the first time we ordered a meal each, nothing massive, nothing overly expensive. I think I got like a shawarma wrap with fries, and she got the same thing pretty much, just a smaller wrap. We couldn't finish our food. Neither of us could finish our food. I think when you're here, your body just takes in less food, especially when you go for drinks first. If you really want to get your calories in, maybe if you're bulking or something, order the food first. Avoid ordering a drink because you'll regret it. You're going to fill your stomach with that liquid. You're not going to have space for the food. But for the most part, every day we've been here, we have been drinking juice, enjoying that, and ordering one small meal and sharing it. And even that small meal sometimes has some food left over. So yeah, definitely don't overestimate your stomach. Maybe order one small thing, see if it fills you, see if that's enough for you, and then order something else. I'm telling you, for the most part, you don't need a big meal, you don't need to spend a lot of money, you don't need to go for the bigger portion because you think you want that. You won't be able to eat it, you won't be able to stomach it. And it's really a waste to throw it away when so many people are in need of that. Now, getting to the Umrah itself, it is very busy. We have gone at a time of year where we thought it would be less busy. We've gone at the start of October. Now, with that in mind, please just be courteous to others. Be friendly to others, right? It's a place for rahmah. It's a place to have mercy on other people and other things. If someone pushes you, someone nudges you by accident, don't pay attention to it. You apologize to them. It's not a problem. Because it's really not worth it. People lose their temper. People get angry and raise their voice in front of the Kaaba whilst they're in the middle of tawaf. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Like, you need to realize your position there, how low down you are. You're putting your head against the bare floor that so many people have walked on. It is not a place to have arguments. It's not a place to have fights. It's not a place to try and prove something. Give way to others. You'll be walking in tawaf, everyone in one direction. Some people will just come in the opposite direction. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. But they do it, right? Give them room. Let them pass. It's fine. It's fine. You're tired. Your feet hurt. I get it. Let them pass. Let them through. People that want to touch the Kaaba, it's easy to touch the Kaaba. As busy as it is, as squashed as you get at certain points, it's easy to touch the Kaaba. Go between Rukn al-Yamani and Hajar al-Aswad. Now when you get there, you're going to know where Hajar al-Aswad is because there are green lights on the side. They have put green lights in the outer walls so that everyone passing there would know that is where the black stone is. Now, Hajar al-Aswad is a killer. I understand it's sunnah, I understand it's mustahab, I understand you want to kiss the stone, you want to touch it. We couldn't even see it. We couldn't see it. We literally never got a glance at it. No matter how close we got, you don't even get to see it. There are people pushing and shoving. The waves of people are literally moving because of the fights at Hajar Aswad. People that go there, I'm telling you, please, like, have the intention to touch it, kiss it, make dua out there, whatever you want to do, right? But don't join in some big brawl to go and do that because it's not worth it. The thawab, the good deeds from your umrah could easily go over something like this. Because when you're there, you can get close, don't get me wrong, you can get pretty close. But once you're about 1.5 meters out, 2 meters out, the people, first of all, I've seen people with their ihram fall off and they can't get their ihram anymore. The top cloth has just fallen off, because of all the pushing and pulling and shoving and whatever. And now they're literally I stood there with them saying, guys, this guy's ihram is falling off, can we get it for him so he can complete his tawaf? And I don't know what happened to him. He's still there probably. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what happened to the guy. Like it's not right. It's not right, guys. It's not meant to be like that. It's a sunnah. It's something mustahab to do. It's not wajib. It's not wajib. There's so many There's so many good things you can do. There's so many ad'iyah you can make. There's so much dhikr you can make. There's so many things you can do. Why is that the one thing we are absolutely adamant on doing? There are fights breaking out. It's not worth it. People are bringing their grandmothers. How? I don't know what they're doing. It's dangerous. It's genuinely dangerous. It's not right. Guys, leave it. Leave it. If you have room to do it, do it. If not, let it go. It's okay. You don't have to do that. Your niyyah is there in your heart. Your intention is there. God will understand. Do not join in those fights. It's wrong. People are getting hurt. I'm seeing people get to the stone and literally not be able to come out. This guy's just touched it. He's now satisfied. It's out of his system. He can't get out. He's literally there like putting his hand out, asking people, pull me, please, pull me. Try to go for it, get close to it. Understand the situation. If the situation is bad, especially if there's family with you, leave it. Just leave it. Now, back to my original point. Touching the Kaaba is not difficult. You can do that. If that's something you want to do that. Okay? 2 things to bear in mind. First of all, keep your left shoulder to the Kaaba. You're still in tawaf. Right? If you want to do it maybe after tawaf, go ahead. Finish your 7th tawaf. And then you want to go see Maqam Ibrahim. Go see, look inside, be at a different angle. No problem. But when you're in tawaf, keep your left shoulder to the Kaaba. Keep in line. Right? I've seen countless people walk in tawaf, Kaaba's here, now they get to Maqam Ibrahim, start hugging it. I don't know why, but just avoid doing things like that. If you want to do it, maybe do it after you finish your 7th tawaf, right? But touching the Kaaba during your tawaf, easy. Especially if you go between Rukn al-Yamani and Hajar al-Aswad. Again, you know where Hajar al-Aswad is. Rukn al-Yamani is the one right before it. It's the corner right before it. It's also exposed. So if you go between those two, because there's such a group of people here and a group of people here trying to touch the corners, it's very easy to get in between, in the middle, touch the Kaaba, read your dua. I feel like that's the one place where your heart really gets in touch with things. People just reach over from behind you. Let them reach over from behind you. Even in your tawaf, someone puts their arm on your shoulder, puts their weight on you, let them do it. It's probably an old man behind you, probably someone that needs some support. Let them do that. Be patient. People are going to be pushing and shoving behind you. My foot got molested with different people's toes. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't feel amazing. You know, you look down, you see crusty feet, you see colours you've never seen before. It's fine though. Do you know why? Because you're on tawaf and your mind is focused with your tawaf and your dhikr and your ibadah, and you're good. You're good. You're in a good place. You're not going to argue with anyone. You're not going to lose your good deeds. You're not going to ruin someone else's day. You're going to go have mercy on people. When something bad happens to you, you get pushed, you get hurt, your clothes get pulled, you say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, you continue. You're all good. Everything's fine. Now when you finish tawaf and you want to go and pray behind Maqam Ibrahim, it gets very packed. It gets very packed. You can definitely do your prayer behind Maqam Ibrahim. We were pretty much centrally behind it every time we done it. And the way to do that is with the circulation of people as they're doing tawaf, use that circulation to slowly pull yourself outwards to go behind the maqam. And what you want to do is really go as far back as you can. When you're closer to the maqam, what's just going to happen is everyone's going to walk in front of you when you're praying. You can put stuff in front of you. You can put a bag, less than a meter in front of you, as we did. People are going to walk. They don't care. It's so busy. They don't really have a choice. People are going to walk like right in front of you as you're doing ruku', as you're doing sujood. It's not that nice. Try to go further back. Sometimes you don't see a spot, but as you trickle down the back, you're gonna see an empty space. Stand there, pray, and just kind of be at ease that no one's just gonna walk right in front of you whilst you're in the middle of prayer. Now, for myself, I was fine making tawaf because I'm a little bit taller, I'm not even 6 foot, but like I'm tall enough in comparison to the other Muslims to be able to kind of breathe fresher air. Whereas for a shorter person like my partner, she didn't have that luxury. She was spending armpits, she was spending spices, she was spending the madness. So I would say, if that's your situation, she had a fan, not a physical fan, but a electronic fan. And as I said before, it's one of those that blew mist. Now the mist feature, it's not that good, guys. It's overrated. It doesn't do much, especially when you're here. Unless the fan is literally this close to your face, you're not gonna feel the mist at all. It's like it doesn't exist, right? That mist doesn't do much. For me, it just helped because your lips get so dry from the talking, from the dry air. Your lips can get kind of chapped up and your eyes can get dry. That mist can then come in handy. Put it very close to your eye, put it next to your mouth. It just moisturizes it for you. But other than that, get a strong fan, a strong handheld fan, and that just helps the circulation of air, especially for short people in tawaf. When you get really squashed and congested, it just helps you to just breathe really, and it can become quite necessary for someone that's short. One thing to bear in mind is when you're in ihram, you're not really meant to smell these fragrances and these really nice smells. Now actually that's something that we struggled with from the second we got here, because they spray perfumes everywhere. People doing Umrah, maybe people have misunderstood, they spray tons of perfume. Now in Tawaf, actually we didn't smell these luxurious smells, but definitely in Sa'i you smell this stuff. In your hotel, when you get to your hotel, it's filled with fragrance everywhere. You need to be prepared to kind of just cover your nose, you know, maybe put your hand in front of your nose just to stop from breathing those really strong smells, because that's not something you're meant to do in ihram. Now the hotel room doesn't have that, the bathroom does. The hand wash, be prepared in terms of the hand wash you bring, the body wash, the shampoo and conditioner. We managed to buy all of this from the UK, unscented. We even bought deodorant that was unscented. I think we got everything from Holland and Barrett's, and it only came out to like £20. Definitely do that. It just means you can have a shower, do ghusl, go to do ihram again at the miqat. So maybe you want to do an umrah for another person, like I done one for my grandparents, so did my partner. Especially for those that have passed away, that were close to you, close to your family, they don't have more good deeds coming to their scale. So something like this, where you reward it to them, can really, really benefit them. And I mean, like everything, even though your intention is to do it purely for them, God is the most merciful. You get good deeds out of it as well. You get the reward of it as well. So if you can, if you have time, if you have the capacity, go out of your way to do that. Your body will be tired when you finish Umrah. Your feet will hurt, your back will hurt. But by the time you sleep and wake up, you will have enough strength to do it again. Your feet might still hurt. They might. They did for us. And that's fine, because once you actually step outside, because you need to go eat, you need to go do these things, you're fine. Don't baby yourself. You can do it. If you're younger and you have the capacity to do this, do it whilst you're younger. You know, do the Umrah whilst you're younger. Because for us, it's tiring. I don't know how people are recording videos saying Umrah it took us, 40 minutes to an hour. It took us at least 3 hours each time, you know? Try to do the mustahabat, try to do the sunnah, try to do the additional things. And there's a lot of things you can do. You don't need to do all of it. We didn't do all of it. We barely done a quarter of it. We didn't do much. But it still took us hours to do the Umrah, because it's just that busy. You don't like flow freely and walk as you please. No, you're getting pushed and shoved. You're going slowly because there's people everywhere. It takes time to get from one place to another, you know? Now, from my understanding, from my reading, I do recommend you make your own reading and your own investigation about this stuff. But during Sa'i, people approach you for sadaqah. They come with nice prepared stories, right? And I say that because personally, I don't think they're genuine. From what I've read online, I don't think those people are genuine. And for me, it's always been a brother that comes to me and says, "Assalamu alaikum, do you speak English?" And if you answer in English, you're about to hear a story of how his mum needs medicine, or they've come here to do Umrah and they've run out of money and now they have no way to get back. The reason I think these stories are fake are you find them all over the internet. The exact things I heard was the things I was reading about from people that have lived in Mecca for 10 years, you know? So I wouldn't give to those people. For me, now you're in a state of ihram, don't lie to them. Don't, especially be careful of saying the word wallah, just avoid it. When you're in ihram, the best thing you can do is, if they say you speak English and you want to avoid it, just answer them in another language, right? If you don't speak another language, it's a sticky situation. I don't know what you should do. Maybe just mumble. When you finish your sa'i, you'll find a lot of children, especially with scissors, telling you, do you want me to cut your hair, right? I just said no every time. I had my own scissors. Definitely bring your own scissors, guys. Bear in mind, they need to be very small to get through airport security. I think it's like less than 6 centimeters, the blade needs to be. But bring your own scissors. And I would advise you now, I don't know what marja you guys follow, it might be different for you, but for myself and the school of thought I follow, I'm told that I should cut my own hair. Once I leave ihram, I can then cut someone else's hair, right? So someone that is in the state of ihram, let's say me and my partner, I was like to her, I'll cut your hair, you cut mine. That doesn't work. It's according to my school of thought, right? I should cut a little bit of my own hair, and then I can cut her hair. But my advice is just cut your own hair, really. And people that ask themselves, well, how much hair should I cut? Don't overcomplicate it, okay? If you're wondering how much hair you should cut, just grab a strand of hair and cut the strand of hair. Not literally one single hair, but you know, I have curly hair, a single coil, I'll grab it and I'll cut it. Khalas, I have done taqsir, it's done. I don't need to cut all of my head off, I don't need to shave. You can shave all of it off. If you want to do that, go ahead and do that. But if you're talking about what you need to do, just grab a good amount of hair, cut it, move on with your day. Now, there were a lot of surprises along the way. At taqsir, women are literally taking the hijab off. I don't know how this stuff runs. Take the whole headscarf off, cut their hair, and then put it back on. Be prepared to help others. Some people don't have scissors, they've forgotten it. You know, if you feel like they need it, offer it to them, you know. If some people are struggling to cut their hair, especially women, they're wearing the hijab and everything, you know, offer to help them. You guys, you want me to help, whatever. Especially that exit out of the haram, you'll see literally there'll be columns, and at each column you'll see a child sitting on the floor, lying down asleep, most likely trying to sell you a packet of tissues. A lot of women with these blue bags, basically they're bags that you can fill with Zamzam water, and they'll hold about 5 liters of water. I didn't buy any myself, so I don't know how much they were asking for it. But again, they're doing it for sadaqah realistically, they're not doing it as a business model or something. Just bear in mind to kind of respect the country and its rules. Like when you get Zamzam from there is Zamzam everywhere. There is these like barrels of water that they constantly bring filled with Zamzam water. And there's always cups there, you just go and fill your cup. That's all good and well, but these places can get busy. There are so many people, a lot of people are getting thirsty. If you come trying to fill your 5 liter bag, it's gonna take a while, you know. You'll see signs everywhere saying the only thing you're allowed to fill is a cup. Don't bring your bottles, don't bring your whatever. Just take a cup of water. For me personally, I'd say just respect the country's rules. They have a system for a reason. They have a way of doing things. Don't come and take the piss and just think everything is about you. Like, take your cup of water, then drink it, and then just move on, okay? Give space for others to drink. In terms of buying Zamzam water, they literally sell these 5 liter massive bottles for 15 riyal. I don't know if that's a rip-off. From when I was negotiating, literally I got it down from 20 to 15. I went around to a few different places and they were saying, this is the price across the market. This is how much you get it for. No one goes below this. So after I encountered that like 4 times, I was like, fair enough. I'm just gonna buy 2 and carry it. One thing worth noting is that if you're planning to take Zamzam water home, you should only buy that water from the airport.
when you are heading back to your home country, at the airport in Saudi Arabia, they will be selling Zamzam water. They will be selling it in 5 litre bottles that are boxed, and they ship those separate to your bags. There's no additional charge. You just need to pay 12.5 riyal for the water bottles, and you can buy, as far as I'm aware, as many as you want. I remember seeing someone with 12 bottles or so. So yeah, that is definitely worth doing. It is a great gift that people really appreciate, and it means that you don't need to carry such heavy bottles everywhere, that you don't need to try to fit it into your suitcases. They will ship it separately for you.
In terms of the taxis there, when you leave the haram, now it depends on what location your hotel's at, but for us, there's always a place we'd have to walk through to get a taxi or to walk home. We walked home more than we caught a taxi, to be honest, purely because the way I thought of it was I would rather walk home, and then instead of paying a taxi, I'll give that money as sadaqah to someone, you know. So when you go out, once you exit the haram, those taxis are a rip-off. They will overcharge you. They won't negotiate to a reasonable price because they're at the most convenient location to charge more. So definitely walk a bit further. Be willing to walk. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. There's nothing wrong with walking. And you don't need a taxi the second you leave. Just walk a little bit further and catch a taxi for 10 riyal. It's usually just 10 riyal. When we went to the Miqat, to Masjid Aisha, we would be paying a little bit more, not much more. I would say negotiate down to 30 riyal to go to that masjid. But anything more than 40 is no, don't do that. No, absolutely no. Your best bet whenever you want to buy something or to go somewhere is to ask them what's their last price from the get-go. Just say, hi, I'm trying to go here, what's your last price? If you want to try and negotiate more, go ahead, especially at the beginning. If you've just gotten there, you're getting to know what the prices are, negotiate, just ask, just try to negotiate. Try to see how low down you can get it. And go to more than one shop, ask more than one shop, so you get a feel for what the normal price is. But for us, for the most part, when we were in Mecca, we didn't shop at all. There's a lot of shops, they look stunning, they have so much stuff that you just want to look at and probably buy. But we came to Mecca before going to Medina. We're going to Medina tomorrow, inshallah. And inshallah, we'll be doing our shopping there. When we came here, we just wanted to really focus on the ibadah side of things. We didn't want to get distracted by shopping and everything because there's just so much here. It's so easy to get carried away, and we're already so tired from the Umrahs that we've been doing and walking from one place to another. Now, every time you've gone out in your ihram, when you come back, if you take a whiff of that ihram, it's not going to stink. It's just not going to smell nice. And when you're going to something as holy as the Kaaba, you don't want to be kind of entering in that way. So I would definitely say be prepared to wash your ihram, maybe give it to the laundry services. Just bear in mind the times that they take laundry. It's not 24 hours across the day, and most likely most people do the whole thing, the whole Umrah at night. So when you come back, the laundry services are probably not available. Just be prepared to wash your ihram yourself, probably in the sink, and then leave it out to dry. By the time it gets to the morning, a few hours has passed, it will be mostly dry. Not completely, but that's fine, because once you step outside, you actually appreciate the kind of moisture in the ihram anyway. But if you have the capacity, probably just buy another ihram. It's probably just easier on you. It means that maybe you can wash one day, leave it to dry for over 24 hours. Now, whilst we were here, I didn't enjoy the food that much. We went to the bigger food places, went to the smaller ones. I didn't have something amazing. There's a big hype around al-Baik. Al-Baik is dead, guys. It's dead. I don't know what these trends are. I don't know why people do it. Maybe we got the wrong thing because I think we got chicken nuggets and chips. It was so salty. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. It's cheap. It's not worth it. Get food from somewhere else, right? We literally got fried chicken from some random restaurant. It was nice. Al-Baik was not nice. They do sell like fruit bowls and fruit salads and a lot of desserts, which are very big and filling and cheap. There was one like donut with cream filled inside, and it looked amazing. I had to try it. I ate a third of it and gave the other 2/3 in sadaqah. Now bear in mind, when I say I gave food away in sadaqah, I made sure it looks very presentable and as if no one has touched it before giving it out. And actually, I, like in this instance, I didn't touch the rest of it. It was clean, it was like new. It did taste like the original Krispy Kreme, so if you like that, go for it. Otherwise, it is quite sweet. Bear in mind, there are a lot of cats around the country. There aren't dogs or lizards or other insects that you really see. In the haram, you do see flies and you see like crickets, but rare. But cats are everywhere and they're so skinny, and it's really sad to see them. Please do have it in mind that it is a sadaqah to give food to animals. Also, obviously prioritize your sadaqah to the humans who are suffering, but if you eat your chicken, you have some spare chicken, keep it, give it to the cats as you walk through the streets. If you get their attention, literally they won't leave you because they just want anything that you have to offer. Definitely do buy cat food, or bring cat food from home. If you have pets at home, bring some dry cat food over your flight, give it out here. It will feel so rewarding. There are so many cats, and if you do see more than one cat in an area, I would say put a portion of cat food. You will see there's a dominant cat that's willing to fight over it, and then somewhere else pull the other portion for the other cat. But definitely do something like that. That is a lot of good deeds in itself. Another thing I found very useful was preparing ad'iyah. And what I mean by that is, I would ask, let's say my family, if there's any dua you want me to make, let me know. And usually when you do that, they just tell you, oh, just pray for my health, pray for my rizq, pray for this and that, like one sentence. What you can do from that though, very easily, is go to ChatGPT, tell it, I'm going to Umrah, I want to make dua for my parents, they have asked for dua for ABC. Okay, beyond that, tell it, include the names and attributes of Allah in my dua. For me, I wanted it in Arabic, and it will generate something amazing for you. So prepare your ad'iyah, have this all ready on your phone, so that your phone, you can literally just put it out and read off of it. When you're there, my advice is, put your phones away, only have it there to read things off of it. Other than that, put your phone away. Maybe when you finish your tawaf, when you finish your salat behind Maqam Ibrahim, then pull out your phone because you want to take a picture of the Kaaba, right? But don't be there doing video calls. The amount of video calls I've seen, these guys doing Umrah, video calls with their family, their family's not wearing hijab, their full face is there, and these guys are right in front of me. You're there to put your heart and soul into it, not to show people, not to say, hey, now I'm here, look at it, it's black and it has gold threads, make dua. Don't do that. Don't do that. Prepare dua for them. You read dua for them. Have a genuine intention to make dua for them. Sincerely make your dua for them. Don't just video call them. Because why do I say that? Because every single video call, they're just silent. What's the point? What's the point? Please, what's the point? Put your phones away. Don't record yourself doing tawaf. Don't record yourself doing whatever. When you finished your tawaf, when you finished your salah, then before you're about to leave, if you want to record something, if you want to take a picture, take a video, whatever, do it. But in the actual tawaf of the Umrah, when you're doing the 7th tawaf for your Umrah, in those 7, just leave the recording. Leave that stuff. Now you might be wondering, why have I said that and then shown you footage of me recording in tawaf? That's because the recording, the footage I have, is not in my Umrah, it's outside of it. I was doing additional tawaf purely to show the situation of things so people can benefit. Do your tawaf, pay attention to it, keep count. I was losing count. I'm so lucky I had my partner with me. Have some way to keep count, okay? Have something with you, like those counters, to tally as you go around, because you will lose track. Another thing is, for some people in their culture, you'll see this a lot in Saudi. The women cover their faces, they sometimes cover their hands, they cover most of their body except for like their eyes. Cool, they've chosen to do that. They've gone out of their way to do that. Let's just respect that, right? That's their choice. Now, when they've gone to do Umrah, they need to take their face veils off, right? Respect that. Try not to get people's faces in your pictures and videos. In Tawaf, it's easier because most people are walking in one direction. Same in Sa'i, most people are walking in one direction. Now, in Sa'i, there is a portion where you will see green lights on top of you. And in that portion, you are supposed to run, to jog if you're a man, right? So if I'm with my partner, we're walking, we're doing look, whatever, I've gone to that point, now I've had to go ahead of her because I need to go faster, right? For me, the best way of kind of meeting up again is I'll tell her, let's stick to the left. Once I pass this portion, I'm gonna walk slower. She's gonna find me from behind, and then we're gonna continue together. I don't need to stop, I'll just slow down, she'll catch up, and we'll walk and continue, right? Don't go and do your Sa'i, and because you've left her, now you've passed the green lights, then turn around looking for her. You're not meant to turn around. You're meant to be facing, you can turn your head, look around, keep your body facing the same direction. You're not meant to turn your whole body, do 360s. That's not how things are meant to happen. Okay, understand the rules of things. There is a way, there is a system. Do things correctly. The last thing you want is for your Umrah to not be accepted, for your Umrah to not be counted. Of course, God's the most merciful, but you need to do your reading. Please read, watch videos, learn beforehand, be prepared, come with a long document of things you're meant to do. My suggestion is, especially if you're not amazing with Arabic, right? If you found a dua that is multiple pages long, probably avoid it. And the reason I say that, you can do as you wish. Of course, if you read it, it's amazing. Now, in Tawaf, there's like ad'iyah you should say at the black rock, at the black stone. You are there for seconds. It is not easy to read half a page, 3/4 of a page in that time. Have short ad'iyah, have short dhikrs, 2-3 lines, those ones, have them ready. Read those things. It's a lot easier to read those things. At places like Safa, where you go and stand there before you begin and you face the Kaaba to read some ad'iyah, that is now an amazing opportunity to pull out your phone and read through these things you've saved and screenshotted. Because you can stand there as much as you like, you're not going to get pushed and shoved, there's no reason for you to rush, you can do as you wish. But in Tawaf, it's not the same. In Tawaf, it's more difficult, especially if there's like a dua, for example, at the black stone or at another corner of the Kaaba. It's a lot more difficult to do things there, okay? One thing you guys should definitely check is whether your school of thought allows you to wear shoes within the premises of the haram. I'd say 60% of the people take their shoes off out of respect. Read about it, check about it. From my understanding, if you're going to wear a pair of shoes, and I probably do suggest this, if you wear slippers, sliders, wherever you are, if you're a man, it makes a massive difference. It really does help with the pain you're going to face in your feet. Now, if you're going to do that, have a pair of sliders or slippers or whatever it is that you have not worn anywhere with najasa, that you've not worn on the streets where you don't know what's been there, that you've not worn in the bathroom, something clean and new. Wear that inside the premises of the haram. That's my advice. If you do that, you will find it so much easier to get through your Umrah.
Now, as a man, it is preferred for you to take off your sliders as you enter al-Masjid al-Haram and continue to perform tawaf, etc. Even within the Quran, as Musa alayhi salam meets God in person for the first time, as he approaches the burning bush, God speaks out to him, tells him that he is his master, and that Musa should take off his shoes as he's entering the sacred valley of Tuwa. So, following that example, for us, Al-Masjid al-Haram is a sacred place where we are going to meet God. we should be taking our shoes off as a sign of utmost respect. And in the case that we have some impurity on our shoes.
Have a strong plastic bag with you or a strong backpack with you if you're going to carry things. I saw so many slippers and sliders on the floor abandoned in Tawaf. Why?
What I originally said in this video was actually incorrect. The reason is that people carry their sliders in their hands, and with the force of people pushing and pulling, some people end up dropping the sliders that are in their hand, and once they've dropped it, they can't seem to get it back. You can't see it anymore, you've been pushed forward, there is no way for you to go back and get it. Your only hope is for you to find it in your next round of tawaf, which is also very rare because as people are walking, they are kicking it and you don't know where it ends up. There are also cleaners actively on the site cleaning the grounds, so it's likely that sooner or later that slider will be collected by someone and picked up. So definitely worthwhile to bring a carrier bag to put your sliders in.
Tawaf, you have to have tahara, you have to be clean. You can't be najis in tawaf. In between Safa and Marwa, again, maybe your marja says differently, but according to my understanding, between Safa and Marwa, you could have najasa, right? You can let out some air. It won't affect your sa'i, right? But in tawaf and the salah behind Maqam Ibrahim, you need to be ritually pure, okay? So, don't be wearing dirty shoes in tawaf. Don't be wearing it in your salat. Go barefoot, you're better off. One of the other things is when you're in ihram, be very wary of running your fingers through your hair. For me, I had issues with like my eyes felt dry sometimes, so I kind of put on my eyelashes and then some eyelashes would fall out. Let's keep away from pulling any of our hair, right? If you need to itch, maybe do it very gently so that you can be sure no hairs are falling off of you. Just be very wary of your ihram. Yeah, so overall, Umrah was amazing. Again, you don't see the benefits of it now. We pray that our du'as are accepted. We pray that our Umrah is accepted. Please do a lot of reading beforehand.
One thing I forgot to mention in this video is that after every mandatory prayer at Al-Masjid Al-Haram and Al-Masjid Al-Nabawi, a funeral prayer is held, and that is pretty much directly after the mandatory prayer. So most people stick around to join in that prayer. So if you're not sure how to perform the funeral prayer, it is worth learning it before going on your Umrah.
I hope you guys found that useful. I've learned so much from this trip. I hope I have said something that will benefit you, and if so, if you're going with anyone else, share this video with them. Hopefully it will benefit them too, if this even gets more than like 10 views. Allahu A'lam. But inshallah khair. You get reward based on your intention, just remember that. So when you go there, you don't need to fight over things. Come there peacefully, have rahmah to other people. Even when you'll see people getting angry with you, and just say, I'm sorry, laugh. I'm sorry, forgive me. It's all good.
Like and share this video so that others may benefit, and make sure to check out our page for more.